Hello, hello. Uh, Welcome. Well, let's see. Doesn't look like I have anyone on here yet. Ba ba da ba da bow. Theoretically, I have the chat all set up so that if you put stuff down here, well, down here, or if you type in the chat, it should show up like right here ish, which is nice. So that's good. That's that update. I also set up notifications. Those should show up right about here. So that is also exciting. Although, wait, okay, I want to see if I can change this. Sorry, just change. Audio is most definitely definitively the most difficult part of this entire setup, this entire process, is just trying to get the audio working. Ba ba da ba bow. Go live notification should have been sent out. Looks like it. We are officially live from New York. I mean, that's where Saturday Night Live is, but I don't know that that's the kind of live I want to be. I'll be honest. Right, I used to be super into. I'm gonna chat about this while I guess I change the audio settings. Maybe I can just change the aggregate device, or I can just do this. Now let's test if this still works. So theoretically, that means I can do this, and bada bing, bada boom, as they say in the biz. They don't say that in the biz. I hope they don't say that in the biz. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom, as they say in the biz. Or I should say, bingo bongo. Bingo bongo. Let's test this thing. Let's test this thing here. Yeah, yeah, it works. Look, there's this little rainbow sheep. I like the rainbow sheep. I was gonna tell a story, and then I forgot the story that I was saying because I was distracted by the rainbow sheep. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Let's see. I kind of want to wait until more people show up. Normally Thursday is like the big day of everyone being here, and right now I am seeing a whole me, and that's it. So give people a couple minutes to come into the stream. You know what? Maybe I'll just bum around on Unity while I'm at it. Because there's some things on here I need to fix. On here I need to fix. Prime among them, my block script for... It should be under the player, actually. For breaking blocks, because that wasn't fixed last time. And so that means right now what happens, right, if I go over here and I go bloop, 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 and I hit that play button, all right, we're going to smash straight into that first non-melody block, the black one, and then we're going to smash into the red one. And the black one's going to break, and the red one doesn't. And that's a problem. So we should change that. So I need to go over to here, And I need to resize this back down. And oh, you should also notice there's above me a little donation goal because I should get a real computer mouse, and it only costs $25, and I figure that's a nice first donation goal. Oh hey, someone's here. Oh hey, it's right. Hello. Okay, so check this out. So check this out. So do. Okay, hi, hello, welcome. It's good to see you. So no art tonight. Art will be tomorrow. First off, that's a reminder. I will be streaming art tomorrow. It might start a little bit late depending on how things work out, but I will be doing it. It'll be good. And hopefully we'll be finishing up the Korosami piece. And then things. Also, I haven't forgotten, and I'm going to plug your Patreon, but I want to wait until there's, like, you know, actually people here. We have 2 people now, apparently. But cool things. So first off, if I go over here and weep, and well, thank you for demonstrating for me. So right down here, look, it says what you said. It says bleep, and like, you know, messages and stuff, right? Like, it'll just show up and it's transparent. Oh wow, I'm honored, Ray. I am honestly honored. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. That took a surprisingly long amount of time to set up. Oh, look here. I'm just really proud of my little message box. Right here. Anyway, beep, 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 boop, beep, boop. So that's cool. The other thing that I did is I have this lovely little thing set up. Look at the little rainbow sheep. Ah! Look at the little rainbow sheep. I just want to pet it. I'm glad you like it. It's so cute. It's so tiny and fluffy. Okay. So beep boop beep. Okay. So willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. Ray, it still says you're the only person here, but I don't. Oh no, I do believe that apparently. Okay. Well, then we're gonna just keep going with this good old game development thing. So here we go. At some point I should put maybe some music on. We shall see. Okay, so things are working except for in this wonderful break block script. I still have not set the red blocks to also break the melody blocks. So there's the melody blocks and there's the regular note blocks, and the note blocks break, the melody blocks don't. So I could copy that code. I could do and. I don't know. We'll see what the code looks like. Maybe I'll copy it. Maybe I'll just do and. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna load this up. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. Properties. I should probably. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, sorry. Had to load up that good old editor of... There we go. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, so we are on the block, break block. The incredible block, break block. Script. And so the problem is right now that I smash through black blocks, but I do not smash through red blocks. And I want to smash through both red and black blocks. I just want... And I think because this is a game about being weird and smashing through blocks, I don't really know that it matters to me that much, you know, if... Like, I don't think I want it to be so limiting. Like, I think I want the black blocks to also break. I want the regular note blocks to also break. Because if the regular note blocks don't also break, then, like, you just, like, hit and get stuck and just hit and get stuck. And that feels like maybe not the best idea. I don't know. You know, like, it's that... I feel like that would be just really limiting in terms of what the player could do then, because it'd be very easy to get stuck, and I feel like, you know, that kind of game, that's not the kind of game I want. It's not the kind of game I want. So, okay, so here we are on the block, blah, 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 blah. The blah, blah, blah script, aka the block, break block. Block, break block. There's two blocks and they break the block. Or there's one block and it breaks the two blocks, but it's backwards because of coding, maybe? I don't know. That is the way it is in this, right? We have one block, the player block, breaking the other blocks. It's a very exciting game. It's a very exciting game. So I'm going to take this section, right? So this section is for note tagged blocks, and this section, undo. I just deleted most of my code. That would be bad. And this section is just for melody blocks, and I want to not update Visual Studio right now. Maybe later. It just asked me if I wanted to update. Maybe later. Maybe later. Commander Root. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to see you. Beep-a-da-boo. What I'm going to do is add this script. I'm going to take this script and we're going to copy most of it. I'm trying to think if there's anything on here I don't want to copy. Now, the problem with this is, with this current script as is, right, is that this script, is that working? Yeah, it's working. Okay. This script, right, so we get the audio source. We want that. We want you to whack whenever you hit a note block. Right, we don't want you to whack whenever you hit a melody block. So we need to make sure that this section we don't want copied, right? Because the idea is that when you hit the melody blocks, it just plays the song and continues on, and when you hit the other note blocks, that's like the bad thing, so it makes the sound of the recorder. So we don't want that sound right there. We do want that. I still love that we wrote a Yeet script. That makes me very happy. Anyway, so we don't want that to play. We do want it to on, so this is on collision, spawn, oh, it defines the spawn point. Defines the Yes, it defines the spawn point as a point, as a vector 3. Okay, and that's why we have that declared up here as a private vector 3. So we declare the spawn point as a vector 3, and then here with this line we are saying spawn point is equal to, we're setting the spawn point as the position at the collision, right? The collision position. Then we're destroying the object, the block that was there before. Setting a debug.log, that's good. We always want a debug.log. And then we're also going to flip that and create 2 game objects of prefab 1 and prefab 2. So my problem is, right, I don't think there's a way for me to do anything. I think I'm just gonna have to do it. So I think what I'm just gonna have to do is copy this whole thing, right? Copy this, and we're gonna run this code also when it's a melody block, right? Because this is under the if melody block section, and so I'm running this code also when it's a melody block, and the different thing that I'm going to have to do is right now, if I do this, if I run this code, which I'm about to, just to give as sort of an example, but I'm going to be spawning in right here. You can see prefab 1 and prefab 2, which are the prefabs that I have set for the blocks that'll come off the note blocks, which means that they are the wrong material. They're black instead of red. And so I'm going to have to make some other prefabs, so it's going to be like prefab 3 and prefab 4. But let's just make sure that this works first. And I'm going to change this word to melody destroyed instead of note destroyed so that I get the correct thing in my debug.log. And let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let's try it. You know, what's the worst that could happen? The entire game could crash. That's the worst that could happen. So we're going to hope that that is not what happens. And let's do this. Okay. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, like that the melody blocks break as well. And if everything that I've written so far is correct, then they're going to be replaced with small black cubes that'll go whoosh. If it ever plays. There we go. Ah, there we go. Hey, look at that. 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 And okay, good. Good. That's kind of satisfying, actually, to be perfectly honest. And can y'all hear the game sound? Well, Ray, I know you're not listening to the sound, but Commander Root, could you let me know if you are hearing the game sound? That would be much appreciated. So I can also check myself, but that takes a lot more time, so I'm not going to do that. Because my audio setup here is not ideal. It's not ideal. But that's okay. We'll get there eventually. Avocado Babato! That is a fantastic username. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. So, okay. I just want to do that again because that was satisfying. And also to show this bit to our new guest. Welcome. Yeah, here we go. This is what is happening so far with this game. So, you know, hopefully when I hit those red blocks, the sound is not playing, and when I hit the black blocks, the sound should be playing for you. That's what's happening for me, but I want to make sure that's showing up on your end because audio issues, woo, are a thing that I have. Okay, so we have the melody blocks are breaking. Bam! I can cross that off my list of to-do things for this game. Next on the list is actual level design. I'm not going to do that right now, because the thing with like designing this level, right? Okay, so is that, you know, if I could go in and edit the positions of these. I think I want to hold off on that just because I want to get all the pieces in place first before I just start, you know, hacking out what sort of shape this level is going to take. Also because the level shape is mostly dependent on the song, My Heart Will Go On, bad recorded version, and not so much dependent on anything else. The initial note spacing. So basically what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to maybe off-screen space out the melody blocks to go along with that song, and then the rest of the note blocks will be placing, that'll be the more interesting part, right? Placing the rest of the note blocks, because if you think about it, right, just going down this one track and hitting all the red blocks on it, if it's just the red blocks, wouldn't be that exciting. But it's the other blocks that would, make that sound and maybe later on throw you off that I want to be the element that makes it more difficult. And so that element we're going to have to add in later and kind of fiddle with, okay, so where would this be that would actually represent a note and also be difficult or make the level appropriate, the appropriate level of difficulty. The idea being that eventually, right, we get this track to represent all the notes that are being played, while also, and I'm kind of wondering, this is, while also being a fun game. Let's finish that sentence first. So I'm kind of wondering at this point, like, if it would be easier for me, because I'm going to have to make new prefabs for the extra break-off blocks anyway, right, for the melody notes, because I want those to be red. So I want those break-off blocks to be red. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking, okay, what if I just made a prefab for each note? Like, that's a possibility. I could just make a prefab for each note and then have that automatically come in at a specific position and just have that position set. That might actually be easier. That might actually be easier because I think I can lock... Can I lock... If anyone knows, I don't know if anyone here has experience with Unity, but I don't know if I can lock a specific part of the transform of a block. I don't think so, but that would be cool. I know you can snap to grid. That's what I'm already doing with most of these. But anyway, there are some other things that I want to get working first. So again, prefab, so we're going to do that. So prefab, so red, prefab. So I'm going to work on the red prefab, and then I also want to get this counter. So there's this counter at the bottom of the, just below the red block on here. So I want to get that counter working that say like how many melody blocks you hit, just to keep track of it. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to incorporate that into the final thing, but I want it to be an option. So, okay, cool. So I need to make some... Let's see, melody notes. Where did I hide my... Right, the small block prefab, I just hid down here in the prefabs folder because it's not something that's actually on the scene right now. Okay. So, open the prefab here. There we go. And now I want to make a spin-off prefab, basically. Create... Is there a way to make a... Oh, right, and these have the Yeet script attached to them. I love the Yeet script. It's such a great script. It's such a wonderful name for a script. Okay. Let's duplicate this. I don't know if this is the best way. It's definitely not the best way to do this. I'm just going to do this and get rid of this, delete there. And then this I'm going to... Oh yeah, small block 2, block harder. And we're just gonna open prefab. Small block 3. It's red now. That's gonna be the name. It's red now. It's red now. Small block 3, it's red now. And then we're going to go down to my materials. Rename file, yes. And make this red. There we go. That literally should be all I have to do. Prefabs, small block 3 is red now. Great. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate this. If I can. Can I duplicate the red block? Yup. I don't know. That's variant. It feels like a really bad way, like a really just like a not clean way of making duplicate prefabs, but I don't know. Small block 4. This is going to be small block 4. The reddening. Rename file. And I want to make sure that these are all named accordingly. It looks like it. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. So, what I want for this is I want the yeet, re-yeet. Wait, hang on. I wanted yeet and re-yeet. Okay. Yeet and re-yeet. We're in a boat. Yeet fell out. Who was left? Re-yeet. Bloodluster and Joja Leet, basically. Hello. Welcome. 1337, I suppose. I should read the name as it actually is. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you. Avocado Babato, I still very much appreciate that username. That's a lot of fun. Guacamole is approximately my favorite thing. I am, at heart, a millennial, right? We get this. Okay. So I have the yeet script attached to both of these somehow. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. 1, 1. Oh, I just renamed it? That's not what I wanted. Okay, well, that's okay. I can just change this. So remove the yeet script from this and add the re-yeet script. Re-yeet. There we go. We have good names for scripts here. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. And we're going to keep with the 420 number because it's, you know, it's the weed number, right? Go for the memory whenever you can. That's what I always say. So 420 and 200. Unfortunately, 69 is too low a number to make that force work. I tried, y'all. I tried, right? Gotta go with the memory when we can, but sometimes that's just not an option. Oh well. Okay, so we have yeet and re-yeet. And this one needs the yeet script so that this one can get the re-yeet script. This is the reddening. I want to open this prefab and rename this. This one is going to be small block 2, return of the block. I enjoy giving really silly names to my things. If anyone has any ideas or would like to suggest silly names in the chat, please feel free to do so. I'm very excited to see your ideas for silly names for blocks, because there will inevitably be more blocks to name, especially if I do a prefab for each note. Although then I'll probably just want to name them the name of the notes for clarity. But there'll probably be more block names down the road anyway, and I imagine more scripts to name as well. Okay, so we have small block 1, we have small block 2, return of the blocks. Return of the block or return of the blocks? I don't even know what I named it. Okay, return of the block. There we go. We have small block 3, it's red now, and small block 4, the reddening. Now the problem is, I believe, so we have yeet and re-yeet on small block 1 and 2, and then re-yeet, and so this one of these should be yeet. So I'm going to make the fourth one yeet. It's going to be yeet, re-yeet, re-yeet, yeet. Why not? I don't know. Okay, so I want to remove this script. Remove component. Kablam. And then I actually want to reinstate the yeet script. Revert to yeet. There we go. Okay. So re-yeet, yeet, re-yeet, yeet. Fantastic. Okay. So hopefully, we'll see, but this is the point where we test it, I suppose, and see what happens. Hi, welcome to any of you who don't know me. My name is Rose. I'm doing game stuff. Just making some games and stuff here. I also do art streaming. I will be doing an art stream tomorrow. That'll be fun. We'll be working on a piece. I do digital art. We'll be working on a piece that has been in the works for a few weeks now. And that's a Kurosami piece from The Legend of Korra, which I am a fan of. This is also Steven Universe, but So come back for that. It'll be about the same time. Like 6, probably more like 6:30, honestly, because tomorrow's a bit of a wacky day for me. So, but come back around and check that out. Love to have you here. Would love to see you hang out in the stream and chat about stuff. And again, if you have any suggestions or ideas, or you want to... Okay, that's a problem. I'm referencing the wrong prefabs. Okay, well... Yeah, this is why we test things, right? Okay, I'm referencing the wrong prefabs. I can fix that. So I need... Oh, that's right. Okay, so I need for block, break block, prefab 1, and then I need prefab 2, small block 2, return to the block, instead of small block 3, which is what it was. Okay, so now that should work, but then I also need... Now both blocks will still be black because I haven't changed the script to ask about prefab 3 and 4. So let's go over to our script editor. Cue script editor music. Stream's not that fancy yet. Although I do really want... So there's if you've ever seen Gill and Gilbert with Brian David Gilbert and Patrick Gill, one of my favorite streams. It's fantastic. Although I usually watch their stuff on YouTube and not on Twitch, but I really should actually check them out on Twitch. Anyway, they do this fantastic thing, which I just freaking love, which is where they have like a button that they press, and suddenly it goes, this is a segment called, and it's just like, and it like has a little thing, and it's like, this is a segment called across the screen, and then they draw a random thing from a hat, like for a segment name. And it's usually something really silly or funny that they have to do, and it's pretty great. Okay, so we're gonna... Prefab 24. Okay. So there we go, and I need to... Right, you'll notice that in here, prefab 3 and prefab 4 are underlined in red now, and that's because it's like, oh, you didn't say anything about prefab 3 or prefab 4. So I gotta come in here and declare them so that I can also edit them in the door slam, so that I can edit them in the inspector. And then we have prefab 3 and prefab 4, and that all looks good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Save that. Save that, that script. Save that script. Okay. So, let's see if it works. Oh, I need to reference prefab 3 and prefab 4 first. Okay, so actually just reload this little thing. Come on. Sometimes it takes a second to realize that the script's been edited. It's definitely taking a second to realize that the script's been edited because the inspector is not even updating right now. You know, this is part of the issue with running, as I have mentioned many times on this stream previously, part of the issue with running this on a bad laptop. Working on that. Okay, so player over here, and we want to find that block, block, break block. Okay, there we go. Prefab 3 and prefab 4. And we have just the thing for those. Small block 3, it's red now. And small block 4, the reddening. Blech. Hello! Welcome, Dev. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you, as always. And we have even some more different people in here. Commander Root, Bloodluster, Avocado Bovado, and Kane H, and Zane Kyber. Zane Kyber. Nice. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to see you. Okay. Dev, you will be happy to know that I got the melody blocks to break. Okay, so we're going to test this. Here we go. Also, I have said to the chat multiple times, and I will say it again, because Dev, perhaps you have some ideas. If at any point you have ideas, because I'll probably be making more prefabs or more scripts along this line, but if at any point you have ideas for block names for the prefabs, feel free to put them in chat. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to use them. Obviously, I'll petition for more of them when that moment actually comes up. But right now we have some good ones. I think. I'm the one who made them, right? We have small block 1, small block 2, return of the block. Small block 3, it's red now. And small block 4, the reddening. I'm very happy with those, but my sense of humor is also, for a person who doesn't like puns. Hey, okay. Yeah, oh, wow. Hello, goodbye. We fly away. Wow, okay. No, when you hit them at the right angle. Which I will have to probably double check that. Okay, we still have one. It looks like my yeet script, or my re-yeet script, one of the two, is not working correctly in terms of the forces that it's applying. And that's probably part of what's tripping us up here, is because there's a block that the player block is tripping over. You'll see them. I should show you the scene view as well. I'll do that in a second, right? But you see the block there. Well, it doesn't have a collider on it, so actually that shouldn't make a difference. It still looks bad. Here, I'll show y'all. Okay, so we should be able to come in here and hit play still. And we should see in the scene view, if you look over at the scene view, that, right, most of the time the two created blocks are flying away, but then some of the time they're not. Yeah, so see, that one just sort of like fell. It's still actually more obvious in the game view, but just sort of fell without any arc or anything. And we want to give it arc. Arc would be good. Arc would be lovely. So the value RB of read has not been assigned. Oh, really? I mean, that would do it. Right. No, that's working. RB small block 4, RB small block 3. Look at... Okay. And I should do this more. But definitely it's worthwhile, and probably you can't see this from where you are, but here, I'll pull it up. Maybe you can see it now. Down here in the, down there in the console log at the bottom, right here, we have the variable RB of read has not been assigned. If I had been looking at that, I would have realized exactly why this was happening, but we got it now. It's all good. Here we go. Re-yeet script, and we can assign a rigid body to it. A rigid body. Small block 2, return of the block. And that should fix that block not arcing issue, because we fixed that earlier. Dev and I. Dev, thank you for all your help the last time. It was super invaluable. Invaluable? Valuable? I never really know how those words work. Hey, nice. Okay, Cool. Dev's really cool. Y'all should check them out. At Iridium Egg on Twitter. I'm still plugging your stuff, Dev. Well, because I also don't have a guest with me today, which I'll work on. But your stuff is worth plugging, so there it is. Okay, so glad that's working. Okay, so we have the block red now. The red prefab has been created. Ba-ba. Okay. I'm going to save the actual level design, as I said earlier, till later. Because I don't know. I don't feel like doing it right now. That's what we're up to. I don't feel like doing the actual level design right now. I feel like doing more technical stuff right now. So we're going to continue doing more technical stuff because usually I feel the other way. So that's good. Okay, let's make this counter work, right? Let's make this counter work. So right here, I look at the game right now, and like I said, we have this melody blocks hit, blank space, that should be taking up every time we hit a melody block, which is what the red blocks are tagged as. But it is not. In fact, it's not doing anything, right? No matter how many times I hit. So we are still flying all over the place, and I love it. Okay, so what we want is we want to go back to our block, break block script, which is a great name for a script. Thank you, Dev. And let's see what's happening there. Let's see if we can figure it out. Hopefully. Oh yeah, I have it already open. Ba-ba-ba. Okay. So, cue the script editor. So here we are in the script. Yeah, it's like, or like, what I would really want is something like a Batman thing. You know, like one of those things like where the Batman symbol flies out of the screen and then goes back and then it's a scene transition. Could do that. Oh my, okay. I just had a thought. What if, so later on today, I wanted to work on this today anyway, which is, there's, yes. Oh, yes. Well, Dev, you also had some good coding practices. Let's not kid ourselves. Like, the good coding practices being organizing, keeping my room clean, organizing things. But yeah, the naming conventions are going to be shot to all hell, and it's part of the fun. I feel like in the code I'm pretty consistent, so that's good. Except when I classified the sound as E, capital R-R-R-R-T, N-T? Earned? I don't know, whatever it was. Let's see how helpful that was. It's okay, it's the only one that starts with E right now. Okay, anyway. Errant. E-R-R-E-N-T. It's right there. Okay, so let's see. So what I was going to say is that at some point, right, you're playing this game and you're going through the whoosh, good job, dodging blocks and hitting blocks. And so hopefully we'll have the melody counter going up. Hopefully I can make that work. But then also what I'd like to do is, right, eventually the level ends. Eventually you get to the end of the level. And at that point, it should transition you to the next scene. What would be a good transition to the next scene? Well, we could just go with the theme of weird audio clips and I don't know, should it be the Batman thing? Right, but like I'm thinking like, you have like the red player block like animation, like it animates out at you, it goes and then transitions. That'd be great. I'm gonna put that on the bucket, not the bucket list, the pie in the sky list. I don't know, whatever this is, right? The far off production wish list. Animated player block Batman-esque Batman-esque scene transition. If any of you have thoughts on, other scene, weird, wacky, preferably like older scene transition things that you'd like me to do. I mean, we could do the like just a really bad wipe. Wonder how easy that would be to do. I don't know. Something to think about. If anyone has any suggestions for weird scene transitions between one level and the other. Anyway, so we have this public integer counter equals 0. And then down here it says counter plus plus. I'm going to try doing counter equals counter plus 1. Because counter plus plus is not working. But it's more the display, right? It's more the display. It's more this. Where is? Wait, do I have the? Yeah. Wait. Do I even have the counter displayed? Where's the counter displayed? How am I displaying the counter? Where's my thing displaying the counter? I don't even see it. Let's go back to Unity. Where am I doing that? Building Unity. I think I had it in here. No. Canvas. Text. That's this. Right. Melody blocks hit. And then it tries to call counter. Right. But counter is right now a variable, a public variable. It is a public variable, but it's a public variable listed only in the block break block script. So I'm not sure that's going to work. That calling that variable is going to work. Obviously it doesn't. It definitely interprets %s counter as, right, because here we have %s counter. So the %s thing is working, right? It's definitely interpreting that as, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Thank you, Dev. Yeah, I have to tell it where it is. My question is, how? And that's, like, I'm trying to look over here, and I'm not seeing anything that shows me, that has, like, a reference, Right, so it's obviously interpreting the counter as a variable. But how am I going to tell the game where the counter is? Dev, if you have your Google on you and are able to work your Google foo, that would be very much appreciated. Because I think the only other thing I could do, if you have a script called player which had an int health, you would say player.health. Oh, okay. Block, break, block, dot counter. I think I capitalized it in the script. Let me double check. No, I didn't. Okay. Now, Dev, does this look right? Like, would I do it in here? Probably, right? Still within that %s thing, because that's a variable call. Yeah, I feel like that's what would work. Okay. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Theoretically, once I load this up, right, once it sets up all the things. Nope, it's not doing it. Let's see. Try opening the script itself. Yeah, so let me show you what I have for the script. So I have here public int counter equals 0, and then counter equals counter plus 1 whenever you hit the melody block. I could just say counter plus plus, which is what we said earlier. That should work fine. It is just, oh, it's capital B block. That might be the issue, honestly. Right, is that it doesn't look like I'm actually calling the right script. Because there is no lowercase b block, block, break, block. There is only block, block, break, block, dot counter. So maybe that'll do it. Let's find out. Bam-ba-da-ding. Nope, 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 nope. In the update, try something like insert UI object here dot text equals melody blocks hit plus counter. Initialize? What do you mean? I did initialize the counter to 0. So the counter is initialized. Right. Because yeah. Right. Counter's 0 up here. So right, the counters should be counter starts at 0, should be continuing on to down here, counter plus plus, and that should be fine. So in the update, in the update, like in void update, try something like okay, I think I know what you mean. Let me try it. Let's see how good my scripting is. Void update. Know that. Okay. No, I just want void. Whenever you change the counter, have it update right after. How do I? Is there a way to force an update or something? That's what I don't know. So if I'm in here with void update, then what I would want is right, basically I could say, that's my thing, is like I'm curious why this wouldn't work already, right? Collision.GameObject.compare tag. So it's asking if the block is a melody block, right here. We're asking if the block is a melody. We're saying, yes, the block has to be a melody in order for the rest of this section to run. You update, you add to counter, right? Is it just that it's not in the update frame, right? This is all on collision if collision tag equals melody. So if that's not what I'm doing, I can't put the collision detection in the update, right? The collision detection is going to be in the on collision enter void. And so we have that, right? The collision detection is there. If you have a reference to the UI text element in block, block, break, block, then when you change the counter, you can immediately change the UI text. Oh, I like that. Oh, I see what you mean. 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 Okay, that's what you meant by insert UI object here dot text. Okay, so I'm changing. So we have the UI object of melody blocks hit, right, is a UI object in Unity. And you're saying instead of, right, just doing that, what if I updated that in block, block, break, block? If you have a reference to the UI text element in block, block, break, block, then when you change the counter, you can immediately change the UI text. So basically, if I go public game object counter, melody counter, and then that's where I'm going to insert the UI object. Might be the easiest way. You can treat the UI object like any other game object, right? So I can say here under counter, right? I can say oh, I can just set it. Well, oh, okay. Okay. So I can just say melody counter dot text equals, gotcha, melody counter dot text equals, and then I'm basically parsing it. I'm saying melody blocks hit colon space end quote plus counter. Okay, and then I want to end that line. That might work. That might work, right? Because then, okay, and I can get rid of the update. Get rid of the update frame. No updates here. No updates here. None. No updates. Okay, so I'm have the public game object melody counter. That's there. No. It's hard to make like a loud sound like that. Well, there's that, but anyway, I don't know why I'm trying to do that. Okay. Well, specifically, actually, I do know why I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that because Ash Hardell does that, and they're pretty cool. They do that thing as their exit, end screen thing for their videos. I always thought that was pretty cool. Okay, public game object, melody counter. Cool. So we're saying there is a game object. I can put it in my inspector. It's called melody counter. And then we're saying right, when we're colliding, we're entering this frame. If the colliding object is something with the melody tag, then we add to the counter 1, and then we add 1 to the counter, and then we say melody counter.text, so the UI object.text equals this. Cool. And the nice thing about this is that means that the counter text won't be there. I might be able to just like get rid of the counter text in the UI object, game object inspector bit itself. And that means that the counter text won't show up until you hit a block, which is kind of nice because that means it's out of the way. And then it shows up just like it's sort of in-time information for the game. Maybe. I could also probably set it up so that it shows up right away if I want to. I'm not even sure if that's how this is going to work, so we'll find out. Okay, let's go back to Unity. So I can just go, maybe I can just do that, right? But I do need to reference this canvas in my player block break block dot script. So let's go down to the block break blocks script, and public int counter is there. It is not yet updating to show my public game object, so that's a little frustrating. Did I save it? Go back to the scripting. Bring. It's important to have the scripting sound effect every time I go to the scripting. Okay, yeah, it's there. Melody counter.text. Wait, can I not do that? Game object does not contain a definition for text and no accessible extension method text accepting a first argument of type game object could be found. That's upsetting. Maybe it'll work anyway. Public game object melody counter. I saved it. It should be there. Why is it not showing up in the inspector? Probably because my computer's slow. Probably. Let's hope that's the only reason. And not something that I'm dramatically doing wrong. Because... Okay. Find references and scene. No, wait. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't. No, I don't want to do that. Escape. Escape. Reset. Okay, how do I undo that? Undo. Undo. What did I do? Oh no, what did I do? Oh, I'm searching for references. There we go. That's right. Got it. I've run into that problem before. It's scary. You think all your stuff just goes whoosh. But it doesn't. It's still there. That's good. I'm glad it's still there. I do not want it gone. I do not want it gone. Simply having the objects disappear. Okay. Where is my thing that's supposed to be here? This game object is supposed to be in this thing. Right, because it's not here. It doesn't matter that it's here. It should be under the block break block script. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. That's working fine. That should be fine. Melody counter. Try get the component first in melody counter so you can access the text object. What? What? I don't understand what you mean. Try and get the component first in melody counter. Well, yeah. Melody counter dot get component text or something. Oh, okay. Right here, let's say, right? Melody counter dot get component, and then we want that thing, text. Text. It's still not liking that. Oh, am I using using Unity UI Unity is it UI Unity Engine or Unity Editor Unity I have it in another text. Which one is it? Unity Engine.ui. Unity Engine.ui. Maybe that'll change that. Hey, look, now I can get the text component. It likes me now. Okay, so it'll do that. Yeah, right, imports. Not fun. Usually you can ignore them until you really need them. And then they need to be there, having those imports. Okay, so wait, hang on. Why is it still not having this work down here, right? Because the same melody counter is a game object. So even though I got the component over here, I could do this, and then I could say counter. That's not what I want. MC. MC. Right? No, not mesh collider. Just MC. MC. No, not mesh collider. Just MC. That's not gonna work. It's just, it really wants to autocomplete. It really wants to autocomplete. I don't know, mel count. Mel count. There we go. What's wrong with that? Okay, sure, private. Variable, it's just gonna be a, that's not gonna work. It wants me to declare the variable class. That's not gonna work. I can't just make a variable. I can make a variable, can't I? Can I just do private variable? Nope. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, boop. Why does this not work? So that doesn't like that because I can't assign it, so I can just do this, right? And that's fine. So I get the component of the melody counter called text. Oh, that should be capital T. That's probably what it is, isn't it? No? Game object does not contain a definition for text. Let's just try it. Let's just try it, maybe? I don't know. I do not know. Okay, so we have, I mean, right, ideally, there should be a public game object that I can edit in here. That's the thing that's really confusing me, though, right? Is that for some reason, who knows, there should be a public game object in there, and there's not. And that is confusing to me. That is confusing. It is precious to me. What is that from? It is precious to me. I mean, probably Lord of the Rings, but yeah, we can look back at the script. Thank you for your help, Dev, as always. Because I declare it, right? It's declared. Public game object melody counter. Lovely. Right. And then, I'm glad you're having fun. And then we say, we get the component text. Is there something, maybe there's something else I need there? Maybe there's something else I need there, right? That's what I'm thinking, right? Maybe there's something else I need there. This is like, we're in the weeds, folks. We're in the weeds of coding. We're in the weeds. Up here in those weeds of coding. You know, that's okay. We're in the weeds. Sometimes that's just where you gotta be. You just gotta muck through it. And it's nice to have support for this, so thank you again, Dev. I really appreciate the support. So okay. So like, maybe there's something else I need to do here with the get component. I could Google it. But like, you know, if I get the component text of melody counter, right? We got it. Text has got, right? We got it. It's gotten, get, right? No, it's there. It's there. Text is there. So try doing public text melody counter. Public public text melody counter. I feel like it's mad that I'm, wait, okay, and then adding MC equals to the top of line 24. So this one, right? Melody counter, Right, yeah, I know. Okay, mel is here. Mel count. Okay, fine. Right, mel count. I wasn't going to, I was going to fix it. Okay, and then if I go mel count dot text, it's not hating me. All those lines look good. I don't see any red. I don't see any red squigglies. Red squigglies. Ah, right? I don't see any red. Well, that's good. I'm glad I'm not seeing red. That would be bad. Okay, so maybe this works. Maybe this works. Maybe this works. I am still confused why it wasn't showing my yeah. Right. Yeah, oh, I'm pulling up the wrong application. There we go. Okay. So if I reload the player, come on. Okay, just a second. Give our my poor computer and its poor inspector we just need to take a break, you know, just a couple seconds. Just a little minute. I don't remember all the words. Dang it. How can I stumble? How can I fall? Okay, so where are we? Look at that. Look at that. We have melody counter and mel count. That's what I want. I want this. I want this. And I want this. Right? And that way we're setting the text and we're setting the melody counter. That should work. Maybe. Maybe I don't want that UI element in the mel count text field. I'm not sure. I can always get rid of it. Let's test it. Let's test it. Okay. Well, it's cold in here. Well, I'm also just wearing a dress, so. Okay. Okay, they're not breaking anymore. That's bad. Object referenced. Okay. We just broke everything. It's fine. Not only does the melody counter, I mean, this is predictable, right? This is how game dev works. Okay, hang on. Let's look at the console log. Okay. Null reference exception. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Block, break block dot on collision enter. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Did I reset the sources? Arby's good, Aaron's good. That all looks fine. So I don't know why that's good. Which line? Does it say which line? Assets. Is this like the line of it? Line 51 maybe? Let's find out. Let's see what's on line 51. What is on line 51? Dun dun dun. Melcount.text equals that. Okay. It's saying that's, sorry, what was it saying? What was that error throwing? Oh, wrong application. Come on. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. What if I just said melcount instead of melcount.text? No. Can implicitly convert string to UI.text. So I do need to put, right, dot text here. So that format is fine. It's saying, shit, I want to read that reference again. Null reference exception. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Well, this is truly puzzling, my friends. This is where we get stuck. Hopefully not, actually. Okay, so it is saying line 51, melcount.text equals this plus counter. Counter reference should be working. There's nothing wrong with counter public int 0. We declared it at the beginning. It goes plus plus, it goes to there. Great, lovely. Okay, so the only thing that really could be functioning poorly is melcount.text, which makes sense because that's the thing. Oh, you know why it didn't break the blocks? I know why it didn't break the blocks. Unity processes the script within the same section in order, right, as any scripting engine, most scripting engines would, right? So that means it got to, if it is a melody block, it said, yes, this is a melody block, continue text, counter plus plus. Great. Error thrown at line 51, which means that it could not continue with the rest of the thing, which is the script that breaks the block into pieces. That makes sense. It's kind of cool how this stuff actually makes sense. I really like that, you know? I really like it. Okay. So, ooh, electrical longboard. Lurks. Lurks an electrical longboard. Welcome. It's probably been a while since you've been here, but thought I'd say welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay. So, I like the name electrical longboard, by the way, in case that wasn't apparent by the way I said it. Fun usernames. I, for myself, don't really have like a smart, like, you know. That could have sounded insulting, and I did not intend it to be that way. My apologies. But, you know, like, I don't have a catchy or, like, fun pun username or just, like, a, you know, anything like that. It's just my gamer tag, which is one of my OCs. I should draw more pictures of her. Anyway, boop, boop, boop. Okay, so this bit is not working right here. This melcount.text. Why is that not working? I don't know. These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Melcount equals melodycounter.getComponent text. Should we say melcount.text here equals this? But that's not going to work. Can I implicitly convert string to text? What if we said dot text and then did dot text on the other end? That works fine. Maybe that's what we want? I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's go back into Unity. Unity. Come on, Unity. Come on. Unity. Dear computer, please don't screw everything up. Okay, good. We didn't drop any frames. It froze for a hot second there. A little bit afraid that everything would just explode. Just the melody count and mel count. Yes, I do. Hang on. Let's go back to the text. Text editor. Is that the sound of the text editor? What sound does a text editor make? Let me know if you think there's other sounds. Melcount.text equals melodycounter.getComponent text. That should be the link right there, right, Dev? Is this, right? Line 25. Melcount.text equals melodycounter dot get component text dot text. Oh. Well, that's okay. We don't need to implicitly link the object melody counter and the object mel count. Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, I dragged the game's objects to both. But I haven't tested it yet, so, you know, I just changed something. We're going to test it first. We're going to test it. We're going to test it. It's testing time. Okay. We're going to test it. Let the game work its magic. Ah! Oh my gosh. Yes! As we fly off into the ether, into the great beyond. That makes me so happy. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay. Hey, look at this. We got a counter. We got the counter working. Boom. 2, 3. Yes. That's fantastic. And actually, you know, I do like just the way that the black blocks act as, oh, I wonder if I just want to have it break and not summon the prefabs for the red blocks. Maybe that... I'm going to try that difference. I'm going to try that. Because, like, I'm just thinking about the final game product and the difficulty of the different aspects of it, right? So if you're... Right now, what's happening is, especially when I'm not hitting blocks very often, right, I'm going faster because of the forces that we're adding to the player game object. And so as I'm going faster, right, if I hit and trip up on some of those block hits, right, as I hit the other blocks, it has the possibility, right, you could see it kind of stutters my motion and has the possibility of sort of throwing me off a little bit. So I feel like having to go with that as sort of like a visual signifier of that difference, right, having the melody blocks not spawn anything and just vanish as you hit them, right, and then the note blocks, the rest of the note blocks, the black ones, do the collision and everything. So that's a thought. I can change that. But the counter's working. Wow. 2 problems solved in one day. I will never get this much done ever again. Oh, I was also going to rank a ramp, but then I realized that I needed to do that in Blender, and that there's literally no way to make a ramp in Unity. So I'm going to have to do that in Blender some other time, once I review how Blender works, because it's been a hot second. It's been a hot second since I used Blender, which means I don't really remember how to do it. I like kind of do. But anyway, cool. Okay. So we got the counter working. We got the blocks breaking correctly. The next thing on my list is transferring to another level. So, right, the question is, right, so as we're playing this game, right, eventually it'll help to, you know, have the level in place, have the rest of the blocks in place. But eventually we're going to get to the end of the track. You know, let's say we dodge all the, you know, all the black blocks, or we don't dodge all the black blocks because, and then, you know, we make it to the end of the level. Woo, okay. So we launch ourselves off the end, and, you know, there should be somewhere near that end point a trigger, a zone, probably what most people do is they basically make a, I could do 2 things. I could do a trigger, I could do a collision zone. I think I might know how to do a collision zone better. basically, either way, right, we're placing a game object that is in that area that when we touch it with the player character, it's going to set off a series of events, which include loading up the new scene. So, let's do that. Right. First, I should make a new scene, right? So I'm going to demaximize this. We're going to duplicate the scene that we have. I'm going to move a couple things around, name it scene 2, and then move along. So, scenes, right? My heart will go, and we're going to... is there a way to duplicate this? Probably right here. No. Okay, yeah, sure. Save scene. And then let's add new scene. Oh, did it already sort of create everything that I need? Well, heck. Wait, really? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, this is a new scene in the same scene? I'm gonna get rid of this. Remove scene. And we're gonna create a new scene in here. Create scene. And we're gonna load this up. There we go. Okay. So I want to copy, I want to load up this, and I want to take everything from here. We're just literally going to take the whole thing, copy it, duplicate it, duplicate, wait, delete, no, just copy and paste, right? Copy, maybe? Don't save because I just paste. Aha! That actually worked. Delete and delete. Right, now we have everything should have the proper scripts in it. The ground is not the right color. I have to wonder why. Right, but theoretically now if I should rename this scene. Should rename it. So we're going to rename it. It's going to be called something different than new scene. It's going to be called... Come on. I want to rename the scene. Rename scene. How do I... There we go. Okay, good enough. So this one's going to be called Scene 2. For now. I think eventually... Sure. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. Paste. Delete. Delete. Why is this not... Here. I'm gonna delete this. Oh, so it's not working because don't have a directional light. Boom. It's more gray than it was. But, okay. But okay. Is it just not calculating shadows and stuff? I don't know. But everything seems to be... Right, we made this new scene. It's all good. It's working great. It's a scene. Scene 2. Okay, let me save it first. Save scene. And let's just double check that this is working. Apparently not in the lighting, but in all other respects, let's make sure that it's working like it should. Which is to say, the exact same as the other one. Yep, there we go. So that's fine. Lovely. Look at that. Look at that spin. Okay, so I don't know why the lighting's not working. We'll figure that out later. It doesn't really matter right now because most of what I'm doing right now is I'm just gonna maybe the directional light position should be different. Yeah. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say y20 instead of negative. That didn't actually change anything, and I'm right, because directional light is just always going to be the same light. It basically, when you put a directional light in the scene, it's just defining a direction for light throughout the entirety of the space. So I don't know what's wrong, but again, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so I'm just going to take... let's pick up some of these blocks, and, you know, we're going to move them and do things like that, and just sort of make this level ever so slightly different. And, like, delete this one. Delete. Right? And do this. I don't know, right? Whatever. Okay. Cool. Good enough. Whatever. Right? Doesn't matter because we're going to replace this whole thing. This scene is going to be... I'm going to redo it, basically. But I want to make sure that the transition into it works. So it is useful to have blocks in place. So now let's save this and go back to scene 1, aka my heart will go on, bad recorded version. And okay. So it's so pretty. Okay. So I want to move all the way over here. Move it all the way to the end of the track. It's a long track. I'm just going to come over here. And I'm going to create... I think what I'm just going to do is I think I'm just going to make a game object. And it's going to be a cube, and it's just going to have no collision. And it's going to be a long boy. 0. Wait, what is the position of my ground? What is the position of my ground? Ground position. X, 0, 0, and then the Z is different. Yeah, okay. So, oh, okay. Right now my X is different. Okay, gotcha. So I want my Y to be 1. So that this thing shows up. Come on. Yeah, zoom out. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm messing around with this more than I should. Okay. So we have this block. So what I want to do is I want to just sort of scale it. We're going to scale it in the X direction, and we're going to scale it by 10, 20. Yeah, we're just going to make it a long boy, right? It's a long boy. Right, so basically the idea being, I'm going to scale in the Y direction as well. Now, this is just going to be like a big, make that 20 as well, right? It's going to be a big collision zone that basically, if you go through it, so I'll also have I'm also going to have to make a like a death zone, basically, collider, right? Just at the bottom of the level so that you fall far enough and you restart. And I'm going to want to put attached to that one, I should write this down. All right, so this is the transfer to the next level, and then I'm also going to do a death zone collider, and the idea with that is I do want separate tags for if you are the player block. So player versus other tags, right? Other tags. Because if the player block falls, then we reload the scene from the beginning, right? But if any other block falls far enough, it just should, get whisked out of existence. Can you whisk something out of existence? Depends on your definition of whisk, I suppose. Whisk.edu. Okay, so cool. Okay, so we have this object. I'm gonna name this end zone. It's not meant to be a football reference. I feel like it ends up being that. If any of you have not, I cannot highly enough recommend the incredible artistry that is 17776. It is a comic-ish, kind of, not really. It's incredible. Just type in 17776, 3 sevens, into Google, and it should be like the first thing that shows up, I think. It's an experience. It's a comic, but it's a visual novel, but it's an experience. It's really cool. Would recommend. So that's on a tangentially football related note, but even though I am not at all a football person, would recommend. As you can tell, because the only thing I think of when I think of football is a graphic novel, visual novel. Okay, so we want this to not have a mesh render, right? It's invisible. Goodbye, right? We still want it to have a collider, but it should not have a rigid body. And we want this to be a trigger. Yeah, and then we add a script. New script. And this script, what should we call this new script? I suppose next level? Maybe? Next level? Next level script. Okay. Let's go to the scripting corner. Bring scripting corner. Okay, so going to next level. We're going to the next level, y'all. Next level. This shit is next level. Okay. So, what we want to do is, I want void on trigger, I think. So I need to declare my variables. Okay, so I want public collider end zone, right? And then public rigid body RB player. We're gonna say that player. Right, so then on update we want, we don't want update. We want void on trigger, enter. I think that is what it is. But I feel like I want to look it up because I don't really know if that's what it is. I'm going to look it up. Here we go. On trigger, enter. On trigger, enter Unity. Looks like that is a command. The question is it the right one? And the answer may surprise you. But maybe, we'll see. Okay. Okay, on trigger enter collider. Okay, so then we have to specify the collider in the parentheses. That's an important thing. I should know that. That makes sense. The given other collider has details about the trigger event, such as the name of its game object. Either of the two game objects must have a rigid body component. The rigid body component has both rigid body use gravity and rigid body is schematic set to false. Okay, I don't think we need that. One collider has collider is trigger set to true. Yes, the game object with collider is trigger set to true has on trigger enter called when the other game object touches or passes through it. Yes, that's good. So we want void on trigger enter collider other, and we do things. Do we need to? Sorry, I'm looking at the documentation really quickly. Create a sphere. It should just be when a rigid body connects with the collider, right? It does not need, okay, it doesn't need me to specify which rigid body, actually. So that means, actually, that I don't need this. Right, end zone. And then I'm just going to say on trigger enter, and then I'm going to say end zone. Oh wait, I want collider. Wait, what? Revisiting the documentation really quick. On trigger enter, collider, other. Box collider, box trigger, is trigger, collider. I still do need the rigid body actually because, well, maybe I don't. Or the sphere, not the sphere. The player. They were referencing spheres in their code, so I'm going reading things at the same time as talking. Super useful. Okay. So let's see. Collider. Enzo? Collider. What do I put here? Is that enough? No. Must declare a body as because it's not marked abstract. Okay, so collider and I feel like end zone would be the thing to put here. End zone hides field. What? Well, on this confusing note, I'm going to take a break because I want to, and because I could look up some documentation on this, so I'm going to do that. Here, let me go over here to the exciting stuff. Okay, so I'm going to take a break. Thanks for being here. Remember also that if you haven't, please, if you haven't yet, I would please encourage you to do a little follow me on on Twitch, because then you also get this little cute thing. It's so cute. Hey, look, it's got a little fuzzy. Um, it's my favorite. It's a little rainbow fluffy sheep. Cool. So if you haven't already done that, please do that. Otherwise, I will see y'all here back in a number of minutes, probably equivalent to or less than 10. So, taking a break. I'll be back soon. Thanks for being here. Okay, hey, welcome back. Hello. Welcome back to smashing blocks together and making a game out of it. I did look at the documentation, the Unity documentation, and found some interesting things, which is that I was just reading the whole thing wrong, basically. That's pretty much it. Let's go back into that script, that good old script that we need to go into. So it is scripting time. Here we go, there's Unity, and here is our script. So literally all I needed to do was write other there, which is exactly what's in the documentation, but it was confusing because it's the word other, and I was thinking, why do I need to put the word other in here? But apparently what it's basically saying is on the trigger of this collider having some other thing interact with it, right? So when an other enters the collider, that's what the other is. It's referencing anything else, right? When this other enters the collider, then we execute this chunk of script. So that is cool. Okay. So we have that. So the other's in there. So basically, right, and the syntax all works. So on trigger, enter, and now we are in this frame. Next question becomes, what the heck do I write in here? The answer may surprise you. I don't know the answer to that either. It may surprise many of us. But what I'm thinking is, right, we're going through this thing. So on trigger, enter this thing, and then all I really want to do is scene.load scene, which I already have an example of with the button that I use to get from the main menu to scene 1. Hello, Leia. Lovely to see you. Also, hello. I don't wear short sleeves that often. But yeah, I got, this one is, wait, here, ooh. I smell an excuse to show off my tattoos. I will happily do that. Yep. Controllable camera. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is, the lighting maybe isn't the best for it, but this is a combination of two things. This is Steven Universe and Legend of Korra. Two excellent shows. If you haven't watched them, I recommend them. Both great, both cute, both animated. John, you're right. I do. Yeah, no, Steven Universe is great. That's a good wake-up alarm. That's gotta like feel like as a great start to the day, like as a wake-up alarm. So this is the pink diamond mural from the moon base combined with Korra, right? It's Korra, and specifically you can kind of see Rava right here. So this is Rava. And then this is, if you've watched Legend of Korra, I guess, minor spoiler alert, this is the scene at the end where she gets in front of that beam. So that's what that is. It also, conveniently, happens to be the colors of the Bi Pride flag. So that's my little exciting thing with that. So that's fun. And then I also have one. There we go. Yep. So this one is also two things, right? This one is Asami, as you can see. Well, it's a little bit harder to see with the lighting. and also the style is, different than the show, as with both of them. So this is Sami, and they're looking at each other, right, which I like. And so this is Sami, but it's in the style of, she's done in the style of a webcomic that I freaking adore called Go Get a Roomie. And it's just it's a fantastic webcomic. I would recommend it to everyone. It has some of the best, just like, representation, disability, addiction, queer stuff, all sorts of stuff. Like it's really, really good. It deals primarily with queer stuff and gender stuff, but it touches on pretty much everything else in there. And it's a great comic. It's one of my favorite things to recommend. Those are my two arm tattoos. I also have this one. So I can, it's there. Not sure what the best way to show that off would be. Yeah, no, you're right though, John. I do take every opportunity. And welcome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome both of you, Leia and John. Lovely to have you. Yeah, no, they were a lot of fun. This one is, I don't know how well you can see that. But it's this is where my nerd stuff comes in, because I also have a tattoo on my back. And this one is the hyperfine transition of neutral hydrogen. And on my back I have a pulsar map. And both of them are from the Voyager spacecraft, which went out of the solar system. Great little craft. Farthest object. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Farthest object ever sent by humankind. So it, did a gravity slingshot and went out of the solar system just recently-ish. The Voyager 1 and 2 probes. And on both of them is a golden record that it's like an old record that has on it the sounds of Earth, right? So bird sounds, nature sounds, whale sounds, people talking in all sorts of different languages, people singing, orchestras, all sorts of things like that. And also encoded in the level of the reader on the record are 21 images. I really should know that number. I'm pretty sure it's 21. It might be 26. Or somewhere in between. So, yeah. And so it's really good. It's like meant as this sort of like message to aliens or future humans or whoever picks up this probe in the far-flung future. The whole thing, of course, is how do you read a record if you don't know English, right? How do you give instructions to read a record? So there's instructions to read the record on it, right? But how do you get those instructions when you can't trust that the people that you're sending this to are going to know any human language at all, right? They might not know any human language at all. Or if they do, their human language might be so, vastly different than ours is now. So we did the closest thing to the simplest language we can possibly give, which is we gave pictures and dimensions for creating a record reader all in binary. And so all the instructions for making it are in binary. And additionally on it is a map that references specific types of stars that are basically like cosmic lighthouses, that references the positions of those to triangulate the position of Earth, and that is all given in binary as well, and the entire thing is defined by this. This is the key that determines the binary thing. So it's really fun. It's like this little message to, either future humans or aliens, if sentient aliens are out there. Yeah, it's a cool little thing that we did. I'm glad you learned something. Well, that is always the goal of my stream, is to teach something, whatever that may be. Yeah, those are all of my tattoos. They're fun. Also, these two were both done by local queer tattoo artists. And after I got these, I kind of vowed to myself that I would only ever support marginalized tattoo artists and get work done by them. Because honestly, if my money's going to be going to any artist, that's where it should be going, right? That's that. Yes. Okay. Those are my tattoos. I'm done showing off my tattoos now. Also, I'm going to just type into the chat. Go to this comic. It's super good. Please. Anyone, feel free to. I highly recommend it. It's really, really good. It's good enough to get it tattooed on my body. So, Anyway, beep, 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 boop, beep, boop. So, would recommend that. And we're going to move right along to other things. Back to the game development. So, to update those of you who have just arrived, welcome, 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 by the way. So, we have here a game. You know what? Let's play it. Let's do it. Let's run the game. Unless it throws exceptions at me, which it very well might. But I think it should be good. Yep. Okay. So, right. We got a little counter at the bottom showing how many of the red blocks you hit. I'm really glad that worked. Whew. And pretty much everything is working. Not because it was working right from the beginning, but because basically what we've been doing for the entire first part of this stream was troubleshooting. That's how game dev works, right? It's how game dev works. We do a lot of troubleshooting. Okay, so speaking of that, what I'm going to work on now, right now, is coding. So what I'm working on is, right, like, you get through the level, you get to the end of the level, and what ideally happens? Well, ideally, right, you move on to the next level. So we want to reflect that in the system, in the code. And so I have a box at the end of the level that's a collider, and here's the code that I'm going to be applying to it. So, I also want to look at my go-to level code, right? And this uses UnityEngine.ui, so I do need to load UnityEngine.ui in, using UnityEngine.ui, and the idea behind that is just like, okay, well, we need the subsection of Unity Engine that's specifically dealing with user interface commands, and because that'll allow us to actually write the stuff for it. So that's good, right? That's generally what we want. So, cool. Okay, so have that, and I'm just gonna copy. Right, each scene has a number. That's right. So I don't need to listen. I don't need a go to level. I just need, because I already have the trigger, so I'm just loading a scene, right? So I should just be able to go in here, scene manager.load scene. Why are you not liking scene manager? Does not exist in the current context. Why doesn't it exist in the current context? Is because I haven't hit enter on Unity Engine UI? No. That's not why. Unity Engine.scene management is also what I need, apparently. Using Unity Engine. It's a good thing I figured all this out earlier. .scene management. There we go. Okay. So, oh, and it shows you, oh, it looks like to me, the ones that are grayed out on here are the ones that are not being used. Because, right, the only ones I'm using right now are the Unity Engine and the Unity Engine scene management. So that's cool. Didn't know that's how that worked. But that's good to know. Okay. Heck. I like that. But I don't want to load scene 1. Because that would be bad. Oh, I need to tell Unity what scene is what number now. Because I just added a scene. So I want to go to, shoot, where was that? Build settings, that's right. Build settings. And then I want to add open scenes. Oh, wait, okay. Cancel, I need to open the other scene. Scene 2, save, scene 1, yes. Okay, so file, build settings, and then I want to add open scenes, and I want scene 2. Okay, no, wait, cancel, we don't need to do that. Okay, so, file, build settings. Right, now this, can y'all see this screen? I don't even know if y'all can see this screen. Okay, maybe you can't see build settings. I don't know if there's a way for me to change that. Basically, all I'm doing is I have a list of the scenes, right? And so it's just going to be an ordered list. And the idea there is that, you know, when you do... That way, Unity knows what order to put the scenes in when you export the file, right? The whole game, clump it all together. Want to make sure you put the scenes in the right order. But also what that lets you do is that lets you reference the scene by their order. Which is very useful because otherwise you have to like get the name of the scene somehow, and I feel like that's just a little bit futzy. So we're just going to load the scene 2, which in the order list I have menu as 0, and then level 1 is 1, level 2 is 2. So, okay, yeah, itchy nose. Okay, that should work. That should work, right? On the trigger of the collider, right? If anything comes in and hits the collider, the links except the YouTube one in my bio aren't working. Well, thank you. I will need to fix that. I'm glad the YouTube one is working. Thanks for the heads up. I'm going to write that down. Appreciate it. Thank you, Morphbreed. So... Oh, that's wrong. Oh, I think I know why. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'll change that. I'll change that. I just need to make a note. Change... Twitch links. I'm at Rose Quartz Klein on Twitter. Most of the rest of them should be on there. But I will change those after. In fact, I'm going to write it on here. Twitch links. Okay. Thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate it. So I will go change those after we're done here. So okay. So beep boop boop beep beep boop beep boop beep boop. That should do it, right? On trigger when the collider has something enter it that is beside, something other enters the collider, triggers it, scene manager.loan seed 2, right? Should be all we need to do. Let's try it. Let's test it, right? This is why we test. We test. Okay. So, go back over to Unity. We're gonna save this one. We're gonna go to the first scene. We're gonna maximize this and see if it works. Oh, I didn't attach the script. It won't work. That'll do it. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that'll be important. Right. If I want the script to run, I need to attach the script as a component. Would help. Okay, so we're just gonna just backpedal a little bit here. Object reference not set to instance of an object. Where is this? Block, block, break, block. Line 25. Okay, so line 25 of block, block, break, block is not working again. That's a little upsetting. I'll have to check that. Okay, but first, I want to add the script. Oh, the next level script is on the end zone. Okay, but I need to add the end zone box collider. There we go. Right, that's all I needed to do. Okay, so, and then I want to check out block, block, break, block, which apparently line 25 of block, block, break, block, the most amazing script name ever, is not working. So that's upsetting. Line 25, milkout.txt. No! No, this is the one that we said works. It has to work. Don't tell me it doesn't work. No. You no. You don't get to say that to me. No, it works. I tested it. And it better still work. Please. Okay. Let's hope it doesn't throw an exception and then... Right, it does say null reference exception, but... Yeah, it's still working. Oh, okay. I almost didn't make it to the end. Oh, okay. Ah! Yes! Good, see? And then we loaded 2. So it is that simple. Wow, that's simple. It's really easy to set up a thing at the end that you collide with, and then it triggers the scene change. I like that. That's wonderfully simple. Well, look at that. Like, I just got, boom. That's crossed off. Done. Amazing. What? Who'd have thonk? Thonk? Who'd have thonk? Okay. Who would have thonk? Okay. Oop. What did I do? Oh, that's what I did. Okay. Okay. So, the next thing I want to do is add a collider, a death zone collider, right? A zone below everything that probably just a plane. So I think I can just go create empty 3D object plane, right? And then I want this to be not rendered, and I want it to be at y negative 50. Right, and then we'll just go 0 and 0. And then we'll have it extend, like, I don't know, a really long time, you know? Just 2,000, maybe? Oh, y is vertical. I don't want it to extend vertically. Okay. Right, so now it's 2,000 by 2,000. That's a big collider. That's bigger than we ever needed to be, right? It's the biggest collider we could possibly have. And I'm gonna name this Death Zone Rename. Or should it be something else? Could be something else. What would it be if it were not Death Zone? Why won't you let me rename it by clicking that? There we go. What should it be? Should it be Death Zone? Have death metal? Metal death. Death, block death. Character deloader. Block killer. The end of all block. What should I call this? Maybe block killer. Block killer sounds fun. Pit of death. I like pit of death. Pit of death. Pot of death. Pot of death. How about pot of death? Can I take your pit of death and raise you a pot of death? Gonna be called pot of death. So this is welcome to the pot of death. Okay, so great. We have a 50 below everything. We have it really freaking big. That's what we want. That's what we want for the Death Zone Collider, right? So sure, we fall off of it, you hit it, you die. I want to add a component, a new script, which is death. Actually, I'm going to name this in honor of my friend. So this is going to be Mortis Incarnate. Sorry, my friend's old username, I should say. Ed, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry. Yes, that was a call out. Anyway. Okay, so we have the Mortis Incarnate script. There we go. And all we want here is we want, I don't need this, but I do need using Unity Engine dot scene, right? And then I think basically what I want to do is the same sort of thing, right? So this is void on trigger. I have to set it as a collider, or I have to set the collider as a trigger. That's fine, I can do that. On trigger, enter. Collider, other. But I don't want it to be other. Oh, I can run two pieces of code here. So I say, right, if collider dot tag, right, is that what I said? How did I say this earlier? In block, break, block, I said if collision dot game object collider dot, it would be other dot game object dot compare tag, right? Is what I want. So if, would that work? Other dot game object dot compare tag, and then I want it to be player. Wait, do I have to put parentheses around it or just? Yes. Compare tag, and I want player. Okay, so right, if the game object is player, then scene manager dot load scene 1 load scene, or I should say scene manager dot load scene current scene. Can I do that? How can I do current scene? How can I reference? Okay, so I'm trying to write this so that it does scene manager dot load scene, and then and then I have the current scene, right? And I know that right now the current scene is scene 1, but is there a way that I can specifically reference just current scene as a construct, right? Scene dot scene. I could just load scene, maybe? No. Scene is a type. CManager.load scene. CManager.getActiveScene.build index. Thank you very much. That makes sense actually, right? Because scene manager dot get active scene, and then dot build index. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense because it's the index in the build order that we want, and we wanted to get the active scenes build index from the scene manager. So that makes sense. Okay, cool. Right? So that's if the object has the tag player. And then we want else. Just get rid of that. Other answers use .name instead of build index. Yeah, but I want to use the build index anyway, right? I was using the build index to reference scenes earlier, so I think we're going to stick with that. But thank you. Okay, so, right, else we want to destroy object, right? Other dot game object. How do I destroy objects? I have it over here. Game object dot destroy. Okay, so game object dot destroy, and then we want other dot game object as the game object destroyed. So right, when something collides with this collider, if it's the player, reload the scene. Else, destroy the game object. I think that makes sense. I think that should be good. So, file save. Oh, I need to specify the collider. Duh, I need to declare that in my public variables. Public collider. Pit of death. Pot of death. Pot of death. Okay. So, right. So there we go. File save. And then that means that when we go back over here, kablamo. Okay. It's saying the line endings aren't good. But it looks like I did everything correctly. So hopefully it's wrong. It's not the best way to go about this, but hopefully it's wrong. Okay. Cool. So pot of death, mesh collider is in the collider for the thing. That should do it. So then I think we just need to test it. I think. I don't think there's anything else I needed to do for that. Right? So let's test it. Testing time. First, I want to give a quick plug to myself. Oh, and also some other people. So if you haven't checked it out, I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/rosequartzklein. Please go check that out. I've started posting some really cool stuff on there. Second thing, my item of the week. Is that a thing I'm going to do? I don't know. Maybe it's a thing I'm going to do. If you have never heard of it, which not many people have, but it's incredible. So there's this incredible podcast. If you're a podcast person, I would so highly recommend it. It's called the Strange Case of the Starship Iris. Holy cats. It's so good. It's 10 episodes long. It's done. It's like a finished, completed story. And I love it. It's so much fun. So I cannot recommend it enough. Incredible. Dev, it's where I've been like, it's what I've been listening to as I've been drawing stuff for the game that we're making. It's really great. It's so good. It's so good. They do a really great job with their podcasting. One of the things that I really love is, and this is not really much of a spoiler at all because it's basically exactly how they introduce it, but the whole thing is set in the context of of like these people that work for a regime. It's a regime that work for a governmental body. Listening to and processing the recordings of these people talking, and it's so fun because like that means, you know, you occasionally get this like interspersed commentary of like, you know, these agents who are saying, oh, you know, Agent McCabe here, commentary on yada yada yada, you know, and it's really fun to like hear that little bit, especially as it ends up playing a bit of a bigger role later. But it's a great podcast, great story. Cannot recommend it enough. Strange Case of the Starship Iris. Go check it out. It's really good. I do want to quick plug another thing because I have a great friend who a couple of you may know. Their name is Ray. And they recently came by also having a Patreon. So let me get the name of it because I don't remember. I don't remember their Patreon name off the top of my head, but I'm going to post it in the chat. If you are into cool art and you want to... come on. Ugh. It's going to take a hot second to load because I'm streaming, which is unfortunate. So if you like cool art, I would definitely recommend checking out Ray's stuff. They're open for commissions and stuff, but also just, you know, more to the point. Oh, come on. How do I... Now I can't find the link, and they totally sent it to me. Wait, hang on. Okay, hang on. I'm stumbling over this here. Just gonna pull it up on my phone. It's easier that way. So this friend of mine does really fun art, and yeah, so they've been working on that. Come on. Ooh, maybe I don't have... Sorry, just a second. I totally have it here. It's just, I should have had this prepared. Ray. Ray, where's your Patreon? Ray, where's your Patreon? Wait, John, if you're still there, can you bother Ray and ask them for their link? John's still here. Maybe John's still here. John, if you're still here, bother Ray and ask them for their Patreon. Thank you. Because I don't want to sit here just looking for a link for a million years. So anyway, John will post that. Check it out. They do really great art. They're a fantastic person. Other things. My Patreon. Ray's Patreon. Starship Iris. Strange Case of the Starship Iris. Don't have a link on me, but just put that into Google. I don't think there's anything else. I should really just test this game now because, you know, like that's what I've been saying I would do for the past, I don't know, however long it's been that I've been just talking at you. So here we go. Let's test it. Don't know why this is testing, but it is. Okay. bet, 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 bet. Okay, and huh. Huh. That's not what should happen. So, okay. Oh, because I haven't tagged the player. The player is not tagged with player. Wait, but then it should have just eliminated the player. Maybe it can't eliminate the player? Okay. Add tag. Yeah, I added the script. Add tag. Player. New tag name. Save. Cool. Player. Tag. Oh, that's already a tag. Okay. Maybe I need to make sure that it's referencing that as a uppercase, because it's an uppercase apparently. I should actually just then rename this. Okay. Hopefully that won't change everything. Okay, so the script is on here. Right. Pot of Death. Let's go back and double check the script though. Because I would like to... Okay, compare tag, capital B player. So now it will actually get that tag, right? Because we tagged the player with the player tag. So hopefully it'll actually get that. But it should have destroyed the game object otherwise. Other game object, compare tag, player. So this is basically reload scene. Otherwise, game object dot destroy. Other dot game object. On trigger enter collider. Oh, I didn't set it as a collider. That's the other thing I didn't do. Okay. That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. Right? Because if I don't set it as a collider, then it's not. Or sorry, set the collider as a trigger. Right? Mesh collider is trigger. Wait, why is it not letting me click that? Convex? Why does it need to be convex? What does that mean? Wait, what does that mean? Wait, if I turn on the mesh render, what's going to show up? Okay, no, it is big. It is there. It is there. Okay. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay. So let's save and try it. And then I should also zoom out and go to the scene view and double check that the cubes are disappearing when they fall. Because that's important. Bam, bam, bam. We hit a few cubes. Oh gosh. Oh no, we're going off. We're going down. Oh, nice. Oh no, we're going off the edge. Oh, we died. Oh. Reload. Yay. Ugh, barely made it. Oh no. I actually didn't mean to go off that time. Nice. Okay, good. Good. This is what we want. This is what we want. Sweet. Okay, I do need to double check that it is making the game blocks go away when they fall. That was a sound that I just made. Okay. Okay. Oh no, I give a force to them. So they just fly off into infinity. You see those little dots flying off into infinity? I had not even thought about that. Right? Because what I did is I applied a force to the blocks. But it wasn't a short-term force. It wasn't like a blast of force. It's a push. It's a consistent push. So they just... That's funny. They flew off like birds. I did not expect that. Hi. It's funny, but it will not end well. Because, yeah, you're right. Like, John, if I have enough blocks, right, that's all those blocks that the game has to calculate then. And we don't want that. Yeah. Hi, Emily. Nice to see you. Welcome. No, because it's not... It's a continuous force. It's a continuous force. So even if I add a bunch of mass, it's just going to push them slower. So I don't want that. They're just going to be... Right, exactly. Hey. Welcome to you. Well then, I guess, Emily, I will push you with a consistent force into the sky. Don't let me do that, because that would mean you'd literally never come down. I have worked a little bit on my Lancer character, yes, Dia. It's been a busy week, though. But I'll get more done. Hi, Artemis. Yeah, you don't want to fly like that. That's the kind of flying where you never come down. Let's not do that. Okay, so, okay. No, and I don't blame you. It's going to be a really fun game. I'm really excited about it, too. Right, so that's funny. Watching these blocks fly off into the sky. I just want to see that again. Yeah, burn up in the atmosphere after a while. Well, because they'll eventually get up enough force anyway. Right, if we had proper atmospherics on here. Whee! Look at that. Shoom, shoom, shoom. They just fly off into the ether. That's pretty funny. Okay. So, I don't want that, which means I'm going to have to edit block, break, block. Like, for now, this would be fine, because for now I don't have enough game objects flying off into the sky to really make it a problem. But I'd like to edit my block, break, block script so that this doesn't become a problem later when I inevitably do have enough game objects flying off into the sky infinitely to become a problem. So, okay. Yeah, probably. That would be an extra script. I was going to say, alternatively, what I can do is I can just... Oh, it's not block, break, block. Is it block, break, block that's giving these? I enjoy saying that. I don't know if it's block, break, block that's giving them the force. No, it's not. Block, break, block is not the thing. It's yeet. Can someone please make a clip of that? Okay. Broke the headphones in the process of yeeting. Okay, cool. Okay. They have been yoked, right? They're yoked off the thing into infinity. They're yoked. Okay. So, once... Oh, maybe we can use yoked. Maybe we can use the Boolean as a part of this. Yeah, they've been yoded. What about a big explosion? Or they turn into balloons? Emily, both of those things would be a lot more work. I'm going to say no, but thank you for the suggestion. Hey. You ought to use that Boolean. I really oughta. Yoda? We are adding force. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to find a way to delay. Well, it would be a very one-time thing. You know what it can be. So I don't know if y'all notice, but there's this lovely thing called there's this lovely little thing above me that's a little donation ticker. The donation link is on is below the stream. So if you want to help me get a real computer mouse, that'd be great. But probably I'll eventually put explosions up there with it. That could work. Because it's like a one-time thing, so like I don't want it to be like a Patreon thing since Patreon is a recurring thing. So it's like, okay, how do I structure that? But thank you for the suggestion, Emily. I don't know. A mouse with a wheel and a third button. If you have extra ones that work and that you are willing to permanently part with. Yeah, I know, John, but I just wanted to put a thing up there. Nice. If it's a good mouse and you, yeah, you know, your call. Like but I do need a mouse, right? I do need a real mouse. I think, slightly prefer a wireless one, but I don't think that's necessary. Okay, we can talk about that later. Or not. We can talk about it now too. I don't know, but nice joke, Em. Okay, I need to figure out how to make yote true, but only after a certain time. So, is there a wait thing for Unity scripting? Probably. Wait time Unity? Wait 4 seconds. There is a wait 4 seconds script. Yes, that's what I want. Okay. Using system.collections. Okay, I guess I do need that maybe. Or no, that's not right. Start. It looks like I can just use it. Start waiting at the end of the current frame. If you start wait for seconds with duration t in a long frame, for example, coroutine will run t seconds after the end of the frame, not t seconds after it was called. That's fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna say, wait for seconds. Oh my gosh, it's right there. Seconds. Wait for seconds. You have to wait until you get seconds. You have to eat all your veggies before you can get seconds. Okay. Oh, nice, Dia. Good. I do have a keyboard, so I don't think I need a new one, unless John, you think that old one is gonna get is shit. It's pretty good though, I thought. So wait for seconds, and then I want to wait for a number of seconds, right? So okay, we go over here, wait for seconds. I don't know, 5 is a good number. And then we set yote equals true. Wait, non-invocable member wait for seconds cannot be used like a method. Oh, okay, I cannot use it like a method. I have to use it like a thing? Wait for seconds. If you wish to wait, use the unscaled that way. So used with the yield statement in coroutines. Only in coroutines? That's not what I want. Let's check out this other one. Yeah, I was gonna say, John, I thought that keyboard was really freaking good. It's still good. It's all good. Cherry MX Brown switches. They got the check. Mine's good. I got a good keyboard. No worries about keyboards. I will warn you, if the mouse thing is taken care of, I'm just going to put a different goal up there. I should put a different goal up there. 25 seems like a little bit of like a low goal. But I was thinking of other stuff to put up there would be... I do want to replace computer parts, and that would be a thing. And then also, eventually, getting an iPad Pro would be really good for my art stuff. You know, John, touche. And also, you are well aware that there is no such thing as a phone I don't break. Thank you very much. I break all of them. Desktop. What I want to do, ideally, eventually, is I want to have a smaller, more portable desktop that can still, like, run stuff really well. Better than a laptop would ever be able to do. Yeah, Emily, don't let me. Well, it's not that I'm, like, clumsy with it as in, like, small chunks of time. And actually, I'm much better with other people's phones than I am with mine. Anyway, so yeah, so a desktop that'd, like, actually be able to run things. Because I want to do game streaming eventually, right? I want to stream games. I want to do that. Yeah. So that's the goal there. But then I don't need a laptop. Honestly, an iPad Pro would serve all the functions that I use every laptop that I've ever used for. Right? Like, it's just organizing files that are online mostly and drawing. Right? And what? Until I break a 3310? What's a 3310 and should I be offended? Okay. So wait for seconds won't work. What do I do? Yeah, but what's a Nokia 3310? Like, should I just look it up? Maybe I should just look it up. It has to be in a coroutine. What the heck is a coroutine? It's a coroutine. Start coroutine. Starts a coroutine. The execution of a coroutine can be paused at any point using the yield statement. When a yield statement is used, the coroutine will pause execution and automatically resume at the next frame. Oh. The meme phone. Give me 4 months. I have, to be fair, John has a point. I am the person who I walked into Lake Michigan with my phone in my pocket. So that's something that I've done. Anyway, that's not this phone. This phone just broke because I dropped it on the sidewalk. I didn't walk into Lake Michigan twice. One time I walked into Lake Michigan, and the other time I dropped my phone in Lake Mendota. They're different lakes. It's different circumstances. And also, dropping is not the same as walking. I'm being roasted by the chat, damn. I might need that, yeah. Okay. Dev, any idea, or Dev or Emily or Dia, any ideas about how to use like pause for a time in C# without doing a coroutine? Yes, I did, John. Thank you for bringing that up. Dang it. That's a fun story. Can I tell that story? I'm just gonna, we're gonna pause the game development and tell a story. Okay? Because well, no, but okay, yeah, but the Pixel still broke, right? I just didn't break it, right? The Pixel still broke. How many phones have I had? Well, this is like counting all the phones I've ever had, pretty much. On load, save the current frame count. On update, check the new frame count. See if the difference is what you want. Okay. That could work. Wait, hang on. I want to try that really quick. Okay. I was going to tell a story, but coding is more important. Coding is more important. So on load, save the current frame count. Well, how do I need to look up how to save the frame count. Unity, save frame count. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, save it on collision, right? Not on load, because on load, that's not what I want. Because I don't know how long. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. But how do I... time.frame count. Okay. Static void recalculate value. Wait, what? The total number of frames that have passed. If last calculation used. Good luck, Dia. I believe in you. Yeah, so I think of note, right? Of note is that while I have had a lot of phones fall in water, mostly they survived it, right? The iPhone survived, right? One iPhone survived being in Lake Michigan. And then I think that one died. It didn't die. The camera died. Nothing else died. It was a shitty phone after a while. And so I was like, okay, new phone. So I picked up got a new hand-me-down phone. And that phone was the one that I dropped in Lake Mendota, and then also left in a gutter while it was raining and water was flowing through that phone for 7 hours. And that one survived both of those things somehow. Mostly through quick action on my part, I'm just going to say that. So, for the record, it's not like every time I've dropped phones in the water, they've broken. It's just that I've dropped phones in the water many times. Or walked into water with them, or left them in the rain. Anyway, yes, but I took quick action once I realized it had spent 7 hours in the gutter, John. Don't at me. Anyway, touche. Liam Gomez. Hello, welcome. To answer your question, here, let's show you what we got so far. Unless there's anything that's broken right now, but I think what we're looking for is the wait time on the flying blocks. So I will at you. So here we go. Welcome. So this is what will eventually become this game right here. Whatever the heck this is. So the idea, of course, of this is that you smash through the red melody blocks. Oh, that worked really well. And not hit the black blocks, ideally. Whee! Okay, well, I shouldn't have gone off the edge because... Beep, 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 beep. No, 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 no. Okay, so now I can demonstrate the level loading. So basically, right, loads up the second level. I haven't done really any of the level design yet, but the idea is just to get the principles in place first. I do also have a main menu, whatever. Point is, right, is that this game is, the idea is, right, you hit the melody blocks and you don't hit the other note blocks as much as possible, although I'm not going to like actively penalize you for doing that. It's just that if you hit enough of them, obviously you're going to be thrown off course a little bit. And I'm going to like kind of intentionally put them in your way. And the notes, the blocks, right, the melody blocks, as you hit them, will be playing out the bad recorder version of My Heart Will Go On from Titanic, which is where that little sound that happens when you hit the blocks, that's from that. It's like the sound of the recorder going, you know, sort of thing. That's the idea. If you have any suggestions for how to improve the memery and make it more memey, I'm always down to make this more memey. Memey? More memerific? More memed out? I don't know. That doesn't work. Yep. So that's the story of my phone and this game. Wait, I want to tell the story of that phone. Okay, so here's the deal, y'all. Right. Do you want me to? I can. Unless you use G. That's doable. That's actually not that hard. That actually wouldn't be that hard. Any block that doesn't break is just an image of the Nokia 3310. I could do that. So I was at work, right? We carpooled to this student teacher placement at a school that I was working at. And it was a very rainy day, and we got to the school, and I had my phone in my lap, right, during the car ride. Because that's where I put my phone when I'm not using it on a car ride. And I have since learned the error of my ways and stopped doing that as much. But the reason that this is a bad thing, right, is because you get up out of the car, and if I, in this case, I didn't remember that my phone was in my lap, so I got up out of the car, and the phone fell. I did not process this. I did not hear anything, right? So I got up out of the car, went into the building. It was a rainy day. I was teaching. I was focusing on a whole bunch of other stuff. And it was the longer day of our week, 7-hour day in the classroom. And so it's always fun, working with the kids. Exhausting, though. And so on my lunch break, of course, I look for my phone because I'm thinking, I want to check my phone for lunch break, right? And I don't find it. I think, I probably left it in the car. And at this point, it's been raining basically the whole day, right? So we get out. Finally, after the end of this long day, I'm exhausted. I'm just like ready to go home and lie down. And, walk through the rain in our umbrellas. I go back to the car. I'm thinking, okay, I open the door. I'm thinking, my phone will be maybe on the seat. I look on the seat. No, I think maybe on the floor of the, passenger seat. No, it's, and I go, oh no. And there's like the slow motion tilt of my head to the left as I look to see there in the gutter, water running through it and around it. is my phone. I pick it up, and the screen lights up. As if, just like a normal phone pickup, the gyros respond, the screen lights up thing. Like, the screen lights up, the lock screen shows up. And I'm like, turn it off as quickly as possible. But seriously, I put that thing in a bag with some silica gel. Works wonders. And it survived, so get silica gel. Rice doesn't work. Get silica gel. You can buy it in bulk online for super cheap, and it works for all of your electronic drying out needs. I know because I used it for that phone and for the phone that I dropped in Lake Mendota, and which was the same phone, and for my old laptop, which finally died not too long ago. Rice does not work. That's placebo effect. Rice does not work because what's going to happen is the rice, think about it, right? If you have rice in your cabinet, right? If you have rice in your pantry, and you put a cup of water next to the container of rice in your pantry, and you open the container of rice, is the rice going to absorb the water? No, because the rice does not, maybe very, very slowly, right? But the water in the air from that is just as likely to be absorbed by everything else, right? So that's just basically going to be the water in the container evaporating, creating some extra moisture in the air, and that being absorbed by random things. But when you have water contained in a phone or in an electronic object, right, it's not going to evaporate nearly as easily. And additionally, right, I mean, this is why we have to cook rice. This is why we put rice in the water and cook it, and that's how we get the rice to absorb the water. Heat speeds up the process, of course, but also just rice does not absorb water all that quickly, and it's not going to suck it out of the air. It takes if you put a bunch of rice out in really humid conditions, it'll slowly, but not well at all. And especially given the fact that the water in the electronic device does not evaporate very easily. That combination means that most of the reason that people suggest rice, I would argue, is because of placebo. You are better off, if you don't have silica gel, you are better off taking your phone out, opening up everything on it that you can, or electronic device, opening up everything on it you can, and then putting a fan next to it and just running air over it while it's off for as long as possible, right? Because that's more likely to evaporate the water inside and whisk it away than rice ever will be. So actually, rice is arguably less effective than just leaving it out in the open airflow. For saving waterlogged electronics. I know I've had to go through this many times. So I'd recommend silica gel though, because that's the stuff that they put in containers of cereal and all sorts of other things to keep those dry. So silica gel is specifically engineered to yes, John, too many times I've done this. Silica gel is specifically engineered to soak up all the moisture in the air. And it does a very good job of that. It's very, very efficient. And additionally, the nice thing about silica gel, right, you buy some of it in bulk. It's really cheap. You don't even need to buy it in bulk, but it's the cheapest version, right? So you buy some silica gel, right? Once it's absorbed water, it's actually reusable. You just spread it on a baking sheet, put it in the oven at a low temperature for a couple hours, and it'll release all that water back into the air, and you have dry silica gel again, and that can be used to soak up the water again. So silica gel, 100% guaranteed it will. I can't guarantee it, but it'll work a lot better than pretty much everything else. The Well, maybe not in cereal. Well, sometimes in cereal. Usually not in cereal. You know, it's like those little packets, right? It's not like in the cereal, but it's like in the little packet at the bottom of the box. I don't know if it's in cereal boxes. Is silica gel in cereal boxes? Beef jerky. There you go. Thank you, John. I'm eating beef jerky cereal. Don't judge me. Okay. Okay, so John, could you please post Ray's Patreon link in the chat then? Whoa! What? That's not a Patreon link. That's a Facebook link. Don't do that. John. Oops is right. Post just the Patreon thing, please. Asunder Arts, right? Because Lunaro Asunder. So Ray does some really, really great work, and actually they're one of the first people that really encouraged me to start getting back into art stuff, and provided me with a lot of the materials and advice to getting started doing that. So please do check them out. They're really good, and even if you don't have the Ray uses they them. So even if you don't have if you even if you don't feel like supporting them on Patreon, although I would recommend you do that. Even if you don't want to do that, I would definitely recommend keeping them on, your brain for stuff for commissions, because Ray does a really good job with art, and would recommend them for commissions, and I'm pretty sure they're open for commissions right now. You'd have to ask them. They might have that information on their Patreon. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, check their work out. Ray's pretty great. Okay, so back to our normally scheduled programming. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. And that is to say, me failing at Unity. Well, not failing, actually. I mean, I've made something, so I'm not failing at Unity. There's that. What was I going to do? I was going to... Oh, we need to get the blocks to not fly off into the sunset. Thank you for joining us, John. Have a lovely evening. You are appreciated. I'll see you later. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Okay, so let's get into this coding. Coding time. And figure out how the heck to do this. Hey, Dev. How am I gonna do this? Wait for seconds doesn't work. Right, but I do want to do it in not in the collision. I want to do this in start, because this code won't be loaded until it's instantiated. I don't know. Start won't be loaded until the block is created anyway, and this code doesn't run until the block is created. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to start the counter when this code starts, actually, so that makes sense, right? And then end it after a certain time and set yote to be true, and then we can say, oh, so we could do this. I wonder if we can do this, right? Or no, okay, wait, hang on. I still want yote to be false here and true after it's been yoten. Jotun. Jotun, y'all. Jotun. The question then becomes, how the heck do I do a thing? What am I trying to do? I'm trying to... Well, so I need to start a counter in start. And then I need to end the counter after a certain amount of time, and I need to know how to do both of those things. And I don't know how to do either of those things right now. So that would be a good starting point. So let's figure out how to do time.frame count. But this looks like, so time.frame count looks like it's the frame count, it's the total number of frames that have passed, right? But I want time.frame count since a specific point, right? So I could print time.frame count at one point and then compare it to time.frame count at another point. That would work. Static void, recalculate value. If last recalculation equals time.frame count, return. What? Thank you for the link, Dev. Let's check it out. Load level after seconds. Use below mentioned code. So, okay, so we are just doing it, so we're doing the coroutine thing. That's fine. That's fine. Mode select. That's fine. I'll do it. I'll do that. That sounds good. I will take that. Thank you, Dev. Much obliged. Much appreciated. Let's just do that. So we don't want that on this. Right? Oh, we kind of do. We kind of do. Yeah, we kind of want it on start. Because we still want it to happen a certain number of seconds after the thing gets instantiated. So here we go. So, oh, this is this. But wouldn't it be enough if you move the add for stuff outside of update? Apply it once, then it will fall on the pot of death. Oh! Right, because I'm doing it every update. Oh, if I just put it in start. Oh, that makes so much sense. I don't need to... Oh, dang. Let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. That... I don't know if that'll be enough. I might have to increase the forces significantly, but... that should work. That should work. Start. I don't want private. I just want void start. And then I just want to take this. Yeah, let's just take this. Unfortunately, that means we didn't use Yote. We didn't really use Yote, you know? Let's check that it works. Let's check that it works, that that's enough, right? So I need to save that, and I don't know why I didn't just do this. Cool, okay. So yeet and re-yeet. Save both. File save. Okay. Thank you, Dev. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see if that works. It might very well be our ticket. My worry is that they won't fly far enough now, right? Because I feel like that force is a bit too small. We'll find out. Either way, they should be parabolic if this worked. As long as I have gravity on. Okay. There's a couple things that happened just there that were wrong. So I think basically what that entire thing is, we just need to increase the forces by a lot, which is fine. That's doable. So we're going to go to our prefabs and edit the forces on these blocks. So open prefab, and I wanna make this force big. Let's make it the X-away force 6669, and the Y-away force can be 4200. Let's try that. I say as if these are reasonable numbers. These are reasonable numbers. Okay. 6669, 4200. Right. Hopefully these are saved as that. Yes, they are. Okay, open prefab. 6669, 4200. Save. There we go. Open prefab. Beep-a-boo. Beep-a-boo. Okay, so those are both stored as variants. So that's fine. That's already in there. Okay, fantastic. Let's see what that does. Yeah, fingers crossed that 6669 and 4200 will be the right numbers for this, because honestly, that would kind of make my day. Right, if this is a game about memory, oh my gosh, that's literally perfect. Look at that. And they're parabolic. That's literally perfect. That's literally the perfect, that's literally the perfect number. Why is it that 6669 and 4200 are the perfect numbers? It's because it really would have been anything in that ballpark. But I got the right ballpark, and that's really the victory here. But also the real victory is that we could continue the memery, right? The real victory is the continuation of memery. At least in this game that is all about memes. Okay. That's everything I wanted to do tonight. What? Okay, wait, hang on. Okay, I want to load from the main menu. And we're just going to play the game. We're going to play the game. And make sure everything works as much as possible. I don't think there was anything else I needed to do. Oh, I need to hit play on the game. That would help with this. Okay. Wow, y'all, like, this is actually a game now, basically. I just have to do some, like, level design and stuff. Oh, and I need to add the death zone to, the pot of death to, level 2. I need to add the pot of death to level 2. I can just copy that over, though. I still... Oh! Interesting. What happened there? Of course something didn't work. Nah, ha, nah, nah, nah. It loaded this. The end zone is there and running. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let me just quick copy over the pot of death while I'm at it. Copy. Scene 2. Paste. There we go. Still has that positioning. Yep, great. Okay. So let's save that. Why? Huh. Everything else that I changed is working. Well, let's check our logs, right? Let's check our console logs. It is still saying that block, break, block is referencing things incorrectly when I load some stuff and destroy a melody block, but it's working, so I don't know why it's doing that, and we can figure that out later, I guess. So that's not what's going on, or nothing in the debug is wrong. So let's try it again. I made sure the end zone was there. It was working previously when I just tested this level. So what might be different about testing this level? Well, let's see if it works this time. No, it didn't. So what? Wait, does it do it the second time? That's my question. Okay. Now I'm wondering, does it do it every time, right? Is it basically treating the end zone as not being there, or is it treating it as a conditional thing? Do I have to hit more than one melody block? That seems weird. That wouldn't make sense. Okay, I'm tumbling, that's okay. Okay, so now it's gonna reload me at the beginning. So it's not a more than one melody block condition that I'm aware of. Okay. Like if I go through it this second time, right, will it? No. So it's almost treating it like the end zone isn't there, which is weird. So maybe the script that determines the collision thing, or the scene management? Maybe the scene management isn't working? Check the console again. Nothing. Nothing different, at least. Is it still working if I just play this level? Because if it is, then everything's loading in correctly, and the only difference then is that I clicked here from the main menu, which says something, right? That's a data point. So if this loads level 2, which it does, so there's something with loading. Hey, it worked. Object of type transform has been destroyed, but you're still trying to access it. Oh, okay. Well, then what I need to do is I also need to change the player in this. I think I didn't. No, I tagged it with player. Oh, wait, sorry. Scene 2 is the player tagged with player. No, it's not. Okay, then we're going to change that. That'll help. Right. Then, because the script's been changed, so file save. Okay. So for some reason, going to the first level from the main menu invalidated my loading, my scene manager load. So what I want to do is I want to go into my code. This is a weird problem. So I'm going to go into my code, and I want to look at, so specifically I'm looking at next level, and I'm looking at the go to level scripts, these two. Go to level and next level, right? Because go to level says, you click level 1, scene manager.load scene 1, right? And that worked. But then somehow, because that code ran, this code, scene manager.load scene 2, did not work. That's the only connection I can think, because I can't think that having the code run the first time would have really done anything to make the game object, the collider, the end zone game object, change or go away, right? That wouldn't make sense. Unless there's a way in which it does make sense, in which case I guess it would, like, to my knowledge, that seems bizarre. So the connection that I'm thinking would be the one that we have to fix somehow is this. But I don't see how having this scene manager.load scene run after scene manager.load scene 1 has already been run would make any difference. So I am befuddled, stumped. Block. That's a word. You can add a debug log to the on trigger. Okay, thank you. That's a good point. That's a good point. So I'm going to add it before CManager. Yes. Debug dot log. Collider triggered. Okay. Let's see if that does anything. Thank you, Dev, for pointing out that method of getting some data on this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so console. Okay, that's okay. That I don't need to worry about that because that's fine. That's not what I'm. Okay, main menu. Let's. You know what? I'm gonna just run it. Oh, spinny ball of death. Spinny ball of death. Come on, computer. There we go. Okay. Wait, what? There we go, okay. So debug.log destroyed, yada yada yada. The blocks are falling, that's good. I can't tell if they're getting destroyed. So it worked that time. Wait, why did it work that time? What? That's even more bizarre. Also, the death zone isn't properly destroying the rest of the objects, so that's just good to know. But what? Okay. What? Let me try that again really quick. This is weird. What? What? Okay. Cool. Level 1. Loaded. Great. Ah, it did not work this time. Wait, but that's even more confusing. Okay, let's see if it loads this time. It's not triggering the debug.log. It's not. So it's not even detecting on trigger enter. Maybe I'm going too fast? I could extend the object. Maybe that's it? Right, like if I extend... If I extend this in the Z direction as well, like by 5, you know? Like then it becomes, you know, a proper end zone, I guess? See if that makes any difference. Right, because I'm... Yeah, I have the... Yep, I have that on the right. Okay. This is getting weirder. Okay, so... Let's try this. Okay. Cool. Hit some blocks. Melody counter's working, all the block stuff is working. Sweet. Head towards the finish line. Head towards the end zone. It worked that time. Collider triggered. Yeah, it says collider triggered. Okay. Let me try that again and make sure that that's the case. Because, yeah, so I just made the collider bigger, and I think that seems to have fixed it. So that was probably what it was, right? It was just moving too fast. Yeah. I might even want to make it just a little bit bigger just in case, I think. Okay, cool. Then that is a solution I can get behind. Looks like that's working. Okay. Let's extend it even further. Let's just make it a 20 by 20 by 20 cube. That's good enough for me. Okay. File. Save. Okay. So there we go. Like now everything should work, right? We have the Pit of Death on here. Oh, we don't have the Pit of Death. I'm just going to write that down. I'm tired and I want to go home. So I'm going to write down as a note, Pit of Death, Pot of Death, sorry, Pot of Death is not deleting objects, right? Because I don't know if y'all saw, but when the blocks went and fell off, they just kept going. Objects, so I could say if it's a specific tag, I could say if it's notes or melody tag. I wonder, do the rest of the prefabs have that tag? No, they're untagged. I'll deal with that later. Okay. Cool. Cool. So I have that written down, and I'm gonna call it a night because I'm tired. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for being here. And just a reminder that if you haven't, please do follow me on Twitch. There should be a button for that somewhere up there. That way you'll get notified whenever I go live, and you can change those notification settings however you wish. But it's just a much better way of keeping up with this, whether you have time that day to join or not. It's a much better way of keeping up with this than just relying on my posts on social media, because those are subject to the whims of the algorithm. So I don't really know, when, who's going to get them, right? So it's wait, what? Where are you? It's 4:43 a.m. Oh shit, that's right, you're in Austria. Well, thanks for joining, Tim. Wow. Okay. Thank you for being here. I didn't realize you were in Austria. I knew you were like a ways away, but I guess I didn't realize it was Austria. Well, I hope that's going well. I should message you. We should talk about that. Yeah, thank you for being here. Oh my gosh. So follow if you haven't already. Check out Patreon. Thank you for telling me to change the links. I will go ahead and change the Twitch links. I will change the Twitch links in the descriptions below, so that those actually work. And I'll do that tonight, so you can check those out. I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Have a lovely night. Hope you enjoyed smashing some blocks together. And I will be seeing all of y'all tomorrow when I do a stream of when I do art stream. So I'm gonna be the art stream has been rescheduled for tomorrow. So if any of you have the time to join for that, would love to see you here. So we'll be finishing up the Kurosami piece and then moving on to something else after that. To TBD, as it were. So thanks. Have a good night. Bye.